In this lesson, we're going to review the data collections brought in by the template we started from. So we'll start by going to Data Collections in the Project menu. And you can see that the project template brought in tasks and task statuses as data collections. So let's review those. We'll start in tasks. I'm going to drag the custom fields over to the left just because that's where I like them. So in addition to our default fields, these four here, we also have two fields for task and status ID. So the task could also be called task title here. And the status ID is the status that each task is assigned to. So these IDs relate to the statuses that are in the task statuses collection. Let's take a quick look at those. So by default in the template, we've got just a couple of statuses, open and completed. And you can see that they have these IDs. One starts with JG and one starts with KM. If we go back over to our task collection, you can see these have KM on them. Some of them have no status, and some of them have JG as the status. If we want to get a cleaner view of this data inside of the Bildr Studio, we can change the field type of the status ID from a text value to be a collection relationship. By selecting task statuses and the name field, we can now see the actual status name and modify it from here by selecting the status name. So this gives a nicer view when you're viewing the data inside of the studio. As far as the task collection goes, I don't think we need to add anything else at this point. Let's close this, go back over to task statuses. Let's add two more records. On our Kanban board, these statuses will be represented as cards in the UI because we want each task to go through a series of statuses laid out visually in the board. So I'll just add some statuses to that effect. And then we'll also want to reorder the cards of the Kanban board. So we'll need a new field here for order to store the order of each status. And I'll go ahead and put some values in here for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that way they start off in the order that I want when we build the UI. And that's it for the basic setup of our data collections. We have our tasks and our task statuses all set up now. In the next lesson, we'll begin laying out the app so that we can see it come to life with this data driving the back end.